And now for your main event of this evening. It pits Playas Club against Playas Club. And it's for the vacant JCW heavyweight title. Introducing first, weighing 220 pounds, from New York City, he is the Escort, Erik Andretti.
Out here with the JCW heavyweight gold.
And as you said, the Playas Club rises and falls on the whims of the cold-hearted Playas. So you have to assume whatever he said backstage is what's going to happen here in the ring.
Broad Street, USA, Damien.
Damien Darling got some fans in the crowd apparently.
Yeah, at least 3.
Darling, wrestled the world over. He's won title matches against Jay Lethal. He's competed in title matches against Paul London. This guy is no slouch. He's got big-time wins throughout his now 5 or 6 year career, wrestling largely in the tri-state area. But again, he's beaten people up and down the East Coast, and he is not somebody to be taken lightly. Andretti's got to be hoping that DeMonto got in Darling's ear and told him the best thing to happen tonight is for Erik Andretti to leave here as the champion. Darling taking his time.
Andretti looking a little frustrated with the extended entrance.
Of Damien Darling.
Damien Darling gets the fist bump from the cold-hearted Playa. Looks like everyone's going to be on the same page here. And I got to say, I was right again. All right, folks, get ready for the shortest match of the night.
Right here! Right here!
Andretti says that's his. Darling taking a long look at that title.
He's telling the fans at ringside it's going to be nice and quick. 1, 2, 3. Referee holding up the belt. Just a few seconds away. You're going to hear the ring bell. Let's make it official. And we'll say goodnight here from Hasbrook Heights.
DeMonto saying there's going to be a big victory party at TGI Fridays. Looks like Damien Darling is on board here as the ref checking Erik Andretti. It's going to be a real shame to see our new heavyweight champion crowned under these circumstances.
Damien Darling assuming the position. All right, here we go. Cold-hearted Playa taking exception with some of the fans at ringside looking for a fight.
Andretti telling Darling to lay down, but Darling saying, no, you should lay down.
It looks like a change of plans here. Did DeMonto maybe, could he have actually told both people the same thing, that the other was going to be laying down for them?
Either that or DeMonto didn't include Darling in. This crowd telling Damien they want to see a match.
All right, we're going to have a real match.
We have a little match here. DeMonto trying to get the two members of the Playas Club on the same page here, but Darling wants to fight, and Darling's going to get one. Him and Andretti lock up, collar and elbow tie up in the center of the ring, and we have a heavyweight title fight,
All
MCL.
Right. I stand corrected. I mean, I had to be wrong eventually, right?
You mean like 20 minutes ago?
Well...
You asked me what was worse, a stink face or Earl Cruder kissing Angelina. Asking that question makes you wrong.
Wrong or right?
No, it's wrong.
Or right.
No, you can't just do that. It's not allowed. This is why they call me the chief operating officer of the announce booth. Or, I call me that. So Andretti and Darling going to lock up again here. Darling got a side headlock. He's got control early on. Crowd solidly behind Darling, it seems like, and Andretti wisely taking a tug at the long curly locks of Damien Darling. Many a lady has pulled on those over the years. Darling switching into a hammerlock. Now a side headlock, and now he reverses another hammerlock onto Andretti. Andretti fights his way out. A side headlock of his own grab, and these two just feeling each other out in the early phases here. You can't make a mistake this early in a title match.
Now, we know these two have sparred against each other. They've trained together. I mean, the Playas Club does all of their own training among themselves. So these two have to be very, very familiar with each other's movesets.
Well, I've been told that Andretti and Darling train together. D'Amato has a gym membership at we believe TGI Fridays is the facility that he likes to work out at.
Hey, those 12-ounce curls, man.
They're huge. Darling ducks under Andretti and gets a standing waist lock. Was locking into a half Nelson, pulls it into a side headlock. Andretti sends Darling on the run. Oh, and Danny D'Amato has officially chosen his side in this match.
Danny D'Amato just grabbing the legs of Darling. Obviously, he's looking for Andretti to be crowned heavyweight champion here.
Even Andretti's not happy about it, but the cold-hearted player, it's like you say, Danny D'Amato runs the show, and it looks like Danny D'Amato has decided Erik Andretti should be the champion.
And Andretti claiming innocence early, but then just attacking Darling from behind.
Yeah, Andretti just stepped things up in aggression just now, not seeming to care the beating he's piling onto his friend.
Right, a bit of a comeback here being mounted by Darling.
Darling shoots Andretti off. Andretti ducks the clothesline. Andretti comes up. Darling caught him. Big follow-away slam out of Damien Darling sends Andretti out and under the bottom rope. And the self-proclaimed champion needs a timeout. And Danny D'Amato does not look happy with the way things are developing.
Absolutely not. I mean, the man who calls himself the brains of this operation. He's trying to warn Andretti. Darling sneaking up from behind.
I don't know if Andretti, I don't know if D'Amato can ever be argued to be the brains of anything. Big time chop from Darling. Another one. A celebratory woo from the crowd.
Darling usually a bit more of a happy-go-lucky, lighthearted guy, looking very, very serious in this match.
Oh, Andretti. Oh! Andretti caught him, lifted him up for a back suplex, and then just drove Damien Darling's best asset right into the ring post.
Darling not going to be happy or lucky after that.
No. Like I said, Darling probably a little more aggressive because I don't think he was expecting either Erik Andretti to come out here and expect him to lay down, and then Danny D'Amato to turn on him like that and trip him while he was running the ropes. The cold-hearted players all loved each other.
So, yeah, I mean, this is something that we haven't addressed yet. Does this mean the end of the Playas Club?
I don't know. I mean, it seems Andretti and D'Amato are still on the same page, but as far as Damien Darling,
could Nicky Oceans be replacing Damien Darling as a permanent member of the Playas Club? We saw him last night in action.
We did see Nicky Oceans in action against Frightmare and Hurricane Helms, but Nicky Ocean's not here tonight, so that's a question for another night. The only question we need the answer to right now is who's going to be the JCW. Oh, Danny D'Amato just drove Darling's spine first into the bottom of the ring.
He's supposed to have a broken leg. How is he even participating in this match?
I don't know. We've seen D'Amato fight through pain before. They didn't have to really move that far to do that, but D'Amato is just... Andretti to the cover, and he only gets a 2 count on Darling. I figured D'Amato might play a factor at some point, but he might have to at least think about whose side he was going to be on. He has been 100% all over Damien Darling in this match.
It's effectively a 2-on-1 match at this point.
Darling looking to roll through in the sunset flip. Andretti flyweight traps the arms. 2, and Andretti kicked him upside the head and just got out of it. Now a big clothesline out of Andretti. Sorry to cut you off there, MC Hell, but we almost had a new champion.
No, absolutely. I mean, some things are even more important than my commentary, believe it or not.
Yeah. Like everything. Andretti now with a blatant choke across Darling. Andretti yelling, "We're a family" at Darling. I don't know if Darling feels that way right now, considering what Danny D'Amato's been up to in this match. Andretti pulls him away, and now Darling again getting a hold of Darling on the bottom rope.
For the second time we're seeing this. Andretti's got the referee's attention. This is classic Playas Club maneuvers here.
D'Amato has been the deciding factor in the early stages of this match. Andretti into a cover again. New champion? No, not yet. But D'Amato, anytime Damien Darling has even attempted to mount some offense in this match, D'Amato has just cut him off at the pass. Andretti looking to fly. He's not necessarily known for this. This might be an unnecessary risk with Darling so off base right now with the betrayal in D'Amato. Big drop kick from Darling, catches Andretti. Andretti a little unsure of himself that high up in the air, and Darling took advantage and landed the huge kick, and now a big right hand from Darling.
D'Amato paying more attention to the fans and wasn't able to warn his man Andretti about the onrushing Damien Darling.
Darling a big superplex to Andretti. That could be it if Darling can get to the cover in time. He's crawling into it. He's got to roll Andretti over. He might get him for the 3 here. Into the cover. 1, 2, and just barely gets out. D'Amato was trying to break that up. He's got to be careful. This is not an extreme title match. This is a heavyweight title match.
No, rules are rules.
D'Amato could get his man disqualified here. The crowd all over D'Amato. Big side Russian leg sweep, though, out of Andretti. He's back in control again. Every time Darling has started to put some moves together, either D'Amato has cut him off with the pass or Andretti has found the counter. Andretti again with the clutch, and there's nowhere for Darling to go. He's stuck in the center of that ring. His arms are trapped.
I mean, sheer power is the only way you can make it out of this hold, and it looks like Darling is trying to get something from the crowd, trying to get that second, third, fourth win.
We saw Amazing Red escape this move earlier in the night by backsliding to getting his heel under the rope, but Darling is dead center in the ring. Darling gets to a vertical base, though. Andretti in the wrong spot, and Darling hits him with the electric chair. And again, Darling's got a chance to win this match if he can get to the cover, but Andretti did some damage to Darling's back there with that camel clutch. Playas clutch. Andretti covered, but he gets out at 2.
And once again, we see Damien Darling with just a little bit too much taken out of him. He needed those few extra seconds before he could get the cover on Andretti.
Darling blocks the big right hand from Andretti, catches him again. Big jab, another one, and another one, and another one. Darling starting to catch a little fire here. Shoots Andretti off into the corner. He's going to follow him up. Andretti doesn't get out of the way. Big splash out of Darling, catching him running off the ropes. Big running clothesline. Darling is reinvigorated here, but Andretti just gets the shoulder up.
I thought we could have had a new heavyweight champion there.
Darling shoots Andretti again, takes him over, big scoop slam into the cover. 2. Andretti gets the shoulder up again. Darling caught him with the power slam on the run and rolled right into the pinfall attempt, but just narrowly missed him.
A little bit of frustration on the face of Damien Darling here. The crowd here in Hasbrook Heights very solidly behind him, though.
Darling going to shoot Andretti off. Andretti turns it around, telegraphed it. Darling caught him with the kick. Another big kick. Darling looking to end it. Taking a little too much time, though. Gets Andretti up, looking for the power bomb. Oh, you got him on the crucifix. Andretti kicked the referee. The referee is down. Darling hits that razor's edge type maneuver. He's into the cover. Crucifix powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. The crowd can count to 24, but it's not going to count because Andretti was smart enough to kick that referee right in the chest before Darling could connect with that crucifix powerbomb.
Cold-hearted play is making sure that the referee's going nowhere near that pinfall. D'Amato getting in the ring himself. He's got the belt.
Darling had this match won, but D'Amato's got the belt. Darling doesn't see him. Darling's got no idea. The
Damien, turn around.
Behind him. He's got to turn around. D'Amato drilled him with the belt. The ultimate act of betrayal. And D'Amato now mocking the crowd. All Andretti's got to do is roll over, and he's going to win this title just as easily as he said he would at the start of this night.
Damien Darling in a vast departure from his normal behavior, trying to help up the referee, and he pays for the good deed with that waffle to the face with the heavyweight championship belt.
Andretti into the cover. D'Amato trying to wake the ref up. The ref's still out of it after Andretti booted him in the face.
Ricky O.
Wait, Ricky O.
The JCW owner and promoter,
Ricky O
Ricky
counting
O.
it. And Darling gets the shoulder up. Darling gets the shoulder up. Ricky O came out here with a look of disgust on his face, thinking he was going to have to hand that title to Erik Andretti. But Darling at the last second gets the shoulder up. Is Ricky O going to referee the end of this match?
I guess so. I mean,
Andretti's got him up. Andretti looking to put this one away now. Got him up. And Darling spins out the back door. Chop, chop, chop. Cutting Andretti down. On the run, he ducks him. Slides under. Big cutter. Cutter out of Darling into the cover. Ricky O going to count it. 2, 3. That's it. Darling escapes.
your new heavyweight champion, Damien Darling.
Ricky O came out here after Danny DeMonto leveled Damien Darling with the heavyweight title. He looked like he was going to have to hand that title to Andretti like he almost did at the start of the night. And then Damien Darling with one last gasp hits that jumping cutter and puts an end to this one. Damien Darling. He may not be a member of the Playas Club anymore, but he's got a new job title, and that's Jersey Championship Wrestling's heavyweight champion.
You've seen it right here, JCW, the crumbling of the Playas Club. You saw it right in the middle of the ring. I mean, I get it, it's got to be legal. Ricky O is our owner and promoter. If he says he's the new referee, then he's the referee. He signs my paycheck. I'm not going to argue with him.
Danny DeMonto did literally everything he could to steal this match from Damien Darling, and it wasn't enough. Damien Darling gonna hold that one pie. It's a proud moment for JCW as Ricky O comes out to bring a little justice. And Damien Darling is your new heavyweight champion. For MC Hale, I'm Desmond Daniels. That's gonna be it from Hasbrook Heights.